There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hello, 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 hello. Awesome. So now that I got my board wiped off, I just oiled my board quickly. Quick and dirty oil job on the board. Oh, flashbang there as the camera decided the white balance was off, as it does every night. Let's go ahead and fix those auto zooms, or remove those auto zooms, as I have to do every stream. There's the board. Now for the stove. Okay. Just got those. So we're doing turkey burgers tonight. Doing more cocktails and matching foods. I thought cranberries would be a nice, play between both turkey and cocktail. So I'm going to be using cranberry in a variety of things tonight. Barbecue turkey meatloaf. Maybe that's what I should do. I was sort of thinking it's been a minute since I visited meatloaf or lasagna, or sort of to that. How do I do this again, but do it differently for stream? And just to do it differently. Oh yeah, I'd probably treat it much the same. I might add, say, like mushrooms or one of the other common ingredients that they'll throw in meat combos to simulate a little more fat. Yeah, but you see, they're actually adding fat to that mix, because typically I think turkey is rather lean. Birds don't have that much fat on them. Hello, Ozzy. Welcome, welcome. Man of the week. Six. Well, I mean, I bought turkey with a higher fat percentage of it for tonight for my burgers. But I mean, they're adding fat from other turkey to boost that fat up. To get it where we want it. What we're used to with other animals. Ozzy probably doesn't know what to do with himself with all of his emotes now. Oh, I guess you didn't install that stuff then. Cheers, folks. Welcome in on a Monday. And thanks for joining me when I couldn't be with you Sunday. Measure this. I'm going to break out the scale for this. And start off by warming up this milk. Zeke's, it's most likely because they don't want to serve you that without selling you the price for milk. And it's also why you go to all these places. Like you go to, I mean, I use real half and half as far as I'm concerned. You go to a lot of these fast coffee joints, whether they're Starbucks or Tea Leaf or whatever. They all have like watered down dairy. It's all horrible. I mean, it's not just the coffee that is cheap, burnt, overproduced, over-roasted, oily messes. It's that the dairy isn't good either. So everyone puts in too much dairy. And I say that as someone who puts a lot of dairy in his drink. At least I think for coffee. I think it's quite hilarious that the latte in Italy, it's a kid's drink. It's like ordering, well, I guess Starbucks has normalized this too, but when I was growing up, it was a little like ordering hot chocolate. It was a kid's drink. So that's nice and warm. We're going to let that cool down a little bit. And I am going to start in on, yeah, absolutely, Zeke's. Yeah. They graduate from the drink that's 80% milk. Sometimes with, like, people buy flat whites. It's like, why are you in a coffee shop? Just go to the supermarket. Hey, it's a flat white. If you want foam. Okay, I'm gonna make a tanjong tonight. Guess I'll measure that too. Reply with an email to your resume. I don't get that with employers. Like, I didn't get that when I wasn't really looking for that extensive of a resume for someone that was just going to be a salesperson for the most part. But at the same time, I don't get these corporate companies thinking like, yeah, let's make you jump through all these hoops when I'm trying to hire you for work. I want you. I need your help. What? there is a degree of it maybe just ensuring that you're not a bot at the same time too, but that's because we live in a weird world where companies put up employment listings for jobs that they don't have to fill because they want the stats saying that they're hiring, and firing people that they aren't really firing. Is a weird world. Hi, Cosmic. Okay, so we have our Tongjong. We're hoping our half and half over here has cooled down enough that I can go ahead and add my yeast to that now. Yeah, that was not a part of the plan. Cosmic, thank you for that resub. Greatly appreciated. Welcome, welcome. Hoping you're having a lovely start to your week, as I hope everyone is. Let our yeasties do their thing. We'll pull the rest of this over here to the stove and put a flame underneath that, and we'll quickly turn this into essentially a roux. Is already thickening up on me. Heat off. Poll of chat. How many people have BT TV or Franker Faces or 7TV installed? I got the impression from the other day in the Discord that not many of you do, which, like, I almost think of it as, like, required to watch Twitch. Nice. That's good info to have. I'm looking and finding out what is out there is a great thing, because there may be stuff that I don't know about. I typically just recommend people grab Franker Faces with a Z at the end instead of an S. And that one will actually pick up a majority of the other ones and also display all of their emotes. So we got that. What else do we got to put into this? We got an egg that needs to go in with this. And, oh, we can do it. Well, do I want to add any? Why not? It's just a pinch. Ozzy. This is a little dirty still, but from the cooking on the stove. But it's all going together, so I ain't afraid of using it again. Oh no, there's some flour in with my yeasties already. And spread that out in the pan a little bit just to make sure it's nice and cool by the time I mix it in with everything else. Maybe should have bought eggs tonight. I'm electing to use a non-egg white gin fizz tonight, but if you want to go true classical, you can do an egg white foam or a aquafaba foam. We were talking about aquafaba the other day. So you don't need to just use that foam chickpea liquid in your baking. You can use it in your cocktails too. I feel like Bob is returning to a point as far as names where its meminess is almost making it attractive once again. I would think that the name is on the rise of kids being named. Whereas from my understanding, my name is one of the lowest at this point. If you got some nice exotic flowers, some flowers that got some interesting flavors to them or something like that, I think this recipe is an awesome one. With using flour, you can use, I would use it primarily, your favorite bread flour or AP flour for making this actual dough. But if you add in some of your other favorite ones for flavor notes, it's a great recipe for doing that. Yes, of course it is, Ozzy, yeah. Just like this year, I'll be celebrating my birthday on stream on my actual birthday. Yep, that's coming up next month. I was sort of thinking a long stream. I think I have it scheduled for a Tuesday heading into a Wednesday. Maybe like a stock stream heading into a Wednesday. I don't know. I'm debating changing that though. I'm thinking of doing a long Wednesday actually into a Thursday. Because that would be best for metrics. If I'm being bluntly honest. But yeah, I'm thinking another long stock stream. Maybe with some Minecraft, maybe with... I don't have things set. I have to set up stuff again. I didn't break any of it down, but the stuff that I set up for doing the stream all off of this PC, I don't have up to date, so it's probably not going to work. I'm going to have to check if it works, sort of a thing. Okay, we're good there, We're waiting on... Our yeast is bubbling too, nice. Okay, so we can go with that. I don't remember if I did. I'm gonna assume that I did. Let's start adding everything in here. Add our poorly pronounced Tungjung. Or cooked dough. That isn't the definition. And our dairy and yeast. Maybe everyone save up their subs and we should have some goals or something. Of course, now that I'm promoting the idea that we have the Franker faces and whatever you have, emotes, I have the difficulty of both of my chats don't have them in it because they can't have the browser extension running on them. Like the chat that I have in my OBS and the chat that I have in my bot don't, like, my bot's supposed to show them. Nice, Cosmic. I feel like that one was almost a gimme, though, compared to some of them. I mean, it was English. It wasn't that long. Would you like me to diminish your win even more, Cosmic? You're one of the scramble masters at this point. Did I tell you thanks for the resub? I sit here worried the entire time. Did he just unfollow and leave? Starting to get smoother here with the dough. Not as shaggy. It's still breaking though. Don't have that. Gluten all worked yet. Yeah, it's still not there, but we're going to start letting this rest. Start letting stuff rest. Put that back in the same bowl and just let it sit. I'm going to start reducing some cranberry here next. Actually, I should take this off of the stove. Maybe throw this in a glass or something. Just my simple syrup off of the stove there that I reheated to make sure it was safe, but it's simple syrup. It's primarily sugar. Typically it'll do fine without being infected with anything. Health police after me. But I'm going to reduce some cranberry juice with some ginger in it, actually. And this is going to be used not only for our glaze on our burgers, but is going to be used in our sauce for with our sweet potato fries or wedges. So we got her sort of brown looking, but rather red on my view. And I'm gonna add a little powdered ginger in there. and I'm just going to boil that down until it gets nice and syrupy. There we go. Sorry to ruin your home, buddy. You've been evicted. For anyone just listening and not watching it, there was a little bugger that had crawled into one of these peppers and decided it was its home. And nope, not its home anymore. Skin's a little thick, a little age on this. I mean, it's probably traveled half the world here at this time of year. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome in, everyone. How we doing tonight? Thank you so much for that raid, Waybread. How you been? What were we cooking tonight, Waybread? Chili garlic noodles and wings? Nice. Nice. Cold or hot with the noodles? I've done a cold soba noodle one like that. Nice. Well, welcome everyone. Hi, I'm Jason. Cook here on Twitch 4 nights a week. Normally on Sunday instead of Monday, but had to reschedule this week. So I don't normally stream on Mondays, but I do normally stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Welcome in, Allison. On the stove back here, I have some cranberry juice and a little bit of powdered ginger. Reducing down, I'm going to reduce that down to syrup-like and use that for a sauce and for a glaze on my turkey burgers a bit later. We've got the starts to my buns from my turkey burgers. And just chopping up some Fresno chilies, which are going to be in two of those uses, but not the same two uses I'm using. I'm going to use them in one of those two uses of the reduction. Now, worst is that is like the sausage. Man bun? No, I wouldn't call that a man bun. And the only reason it's tied up is because I'm in the kitchen. Let's prep our sweet potatoes. Debating, do I leave skin on or off for these roasties? Why are you apologizing to him? It seems like you two get along fine. Cranberries to tie together tonight. I'm doing SoCal Ozzy, one of my mods, sponsored this week's theme, and so we're doing cocktail pairings all this week. We've done the classic daiquiri with pan-seared salmon on Friday, and tonight we're using cranberry along with the gin fizz to go with the turkey burgers and the dipping sauce for our sweet potatoes. And then on Tuesday or tomorrow, since I normally stream on Sunday, we're going to be doing barbecue tacos, barbecue chicken tacos, and I'm going to do bourbon in a couple different iterations. We'll use some bourbon in the barbecue sauce, make our own tortillas, yeah, so that's the plan for tomorrow, and then doing a 3 for this week. So Wednesday we'll have our ingredient challenge, whatever that ends up being, whether that's, oh, what do we have going this week? I've already forgotten. Oh, Ritz crackers versus, oh, what is the other thing? Versus salsa. So whichever one of those two wins, looking like a pretty close vote right now. I'll have to use for dinner and dessert on Wednesday. So. Nah, I thought I might skip the egg white. I am going with a local Sonoma apple cider for my fizz. Yes, traditionally you're going to want to use an egg white with that. I just didn't. It's not really for the safety reasons. I eat raw egg all the time. But that is a good legitimate excuse. Oh, a power lifter here. Drinking raw eggs like Rocky or something. You follow it up with some liver. Just give this a couple of folds, put it back in the bowl. A little bit smoother every time. I don't know if I got anything good for, maybe just use the hotel pan. Or, this ain't a hotel pan, it's a cheap pan. We'll throw a little oil on our pan and just toss them in that. I don't stream to have people start fights with me. You can fuck off yourself. Over beef? Nah. Never want to have the same thing all the time, do you? I mean, I've bought a quarter steer and had it on my... I try to change it up. I've done beef, I've broken down half pigs on stream in the past. Yeah. And let's turn our oven on so that's ready for... Ever made a meatloaf burger? No, but I've done like what I would call meatloaf. Like, where is the cutoff there? When is it a hamburger and when is it meatloaf? Because like, you look at half of the recipes out there for burger these days and they got 101 other ingredients in there other than just burger. So, I mean, and typically when I think of meatloaf being sliced and served as a sandwich. And I'm like the huge fan of the open-faced sandwich. Like, I love me open-faced sandwiches. Give me some nice toasted bread with our meat on top and just slather the whole thing in gravy. And I've already got hot pepper juice in my eyes. I think it's about time for our first cocktail here, because my coffee seems to have run its course. I'm sort of debating whether I want to go with, like... Here's my problem, chat. I got suckered in by the marketing and gave this a shot. And quite honestly, I think this stuff is junk. At the same time, it's not very offensive. And so I'm debating adding a percentage of that to what I think the proper gin for this drink is, which would be this one, and a nice dry gin. Now this is the gin you don't want to use for this one, because this is the gin you drink by itself or with some tonic. But this stuff is tasty too. It is not what you expect gin to be though, because it's terroir. In other words, entirely from New York style drinks. Or entirely from California. Like they're using pine and things like that instead of juniper. And so the herbs and all of that are quite a little bit different, but it's still gin. I need some beef eaters. I've never been a huge beef eaters fan. Well, I guess I should more say that I've been hooked in by their marketing more than beef eaters, because I've just always gone for this, and I haven't saw preference of that one for really anything. Anyways, get ourselves a nice tall glass with some ice. Where is my jigger? Where are you hidden? Oh, you're in the sink. Why are you in the sink? TNT fan? I was a TNT fan for a while, towards the end of college. Of course, it was sort of like the in drink with my class, I think, at that time. Like, it was like what everyone was ordering at graduation from my associates, I think. Was it associates? So I'm going to go with a little bit of both of these, just like I said, using this up. Do we have any aviation fans out there? Like, I was sort of, like, it's just too plain for me. It feels like I'm not, like, gin's supposed to have some herbage to it. It's supposed to have some flavor to it. And this is just like, this is almost like, let's make it vodka and call it gin. And then another fine Sonoma County product here. Sparkling cider. It's ice cube, okay. Pull out the Corona opener. Where is all of my stuffs? Hey, Noimu. Not Ryan Reynolds, but yeah, it was sort of celebrity backed. I forget who it was. Actually, it might have been Ryan. Well, was it Ryan Reynolds? Or was it... Actually, he sold that off just recently, not now. Made a ton of money on it, too. Ton of money selling that off. And so there we have our cocktail, Gin Fizz. We got our apple cider acting as our fizz instead of your... Ryan has a steak. Okay, nice. Well, thank you, Will. Now, your typical cocktail Gin Fizz would have that nice light white foam from the egg foam, or that. I'm skipping it. I just not wanting to drink that tonight. I don't know. Quick photo. I don't know why I really need to take a photo of the drinks, but make sure we're not getting too low here. I heard noises back here. Reducing that to a syrup there. But cheers, chat. Happy Monday to you. Hope the week is better than today was. tasty. It's light. This is a great summer drinker. Yeah, I was thinking we could try both, maybe a bourbon sour and an old fashioned. Old fashioned, if only because I like old fashions. Have I heard of Long Drinks? This sounds like one of those pre-made drink companies. No worries, not now. Yeah, menu works too. I've just traditionally used dinner. The apple in this, the sharpness of the apple in this, it's got almost greenish apple flavor to it. I think compensates, like a lot of recipes also have a bunch of citrus in their fizzes, gin fizz. Like the traditional one I think has lemon in it. Reduce. Proof. Actually, I'm going to put the dough over here in hopes that it proofs a little bit quicker, closer to the oven where it's a little bit warmer. The yeasties are not being excited tonight, apparently. Did I nail that one, Ozzy? Is that what long drinks are? Okay, so now either my entire face hates me now from pepper, or hopefully it's a little bit easier. A little bit less burning. Thankfully it's not like in my eyes, it's just like all around my eyes is burning now. And it's just like jalapeno heat, so it's not like, it's just annoying. They're advertised as the drink of Finland. Okay. By the way, chat, we should all brace ourselves, at least those of us in the US. The days of alcohol pops are coming. The laws are there now, so that we're going to probably start seeing, I think we're already seeing some like Mountain Dew themed stuff and like that. But they're all going to be in the alcohol section now too. Just warning you ahead of time. I know that's been a huge thing in Europe already. They've been doing alcohol pops in clubs and bars for ages. But it's because classification laws and stuff like in the US, it hasn't really been here. That's why we got all of these seltzers. But now they're letting us get into the sugary. Let's add sugar to alcohol, which is already sugar. It's a gin, grapefruit, and cocktail juniper berry cocktail. Juniper berry cocktail. So it's like it sounds essentially the same minus the fizz, but with extra cranberry in there. Or juniper berry. Thinking of cranberry because that's what I'm using tonight rather than what's in gin. My dyslexic brain. Always doing stuff like that, Ozzy. I always have to write out my sentences and then rewrite them. I am horrible in chat. I take forever to write things in chat. I don't think I'm slow typer. I think I'm a relatively fast typer. Just when it comes to chat, it's a little like talking. My brain doesn't handle talking well. It doesn't handle... I don't pick up on cues. I don't pick up on... Let's put some seasoning on these fries other than just oil. We already have the oil on them, but let's put some salt and other stuff here. Normally use parchment. I tossed them in oil on the pan, so parchment's not going to help us much now. Well, MSG. Pepper. I'm going to add a little ancho chili as well. Ooh. Maybe just slightly spelled differently? I would think that's probably it there. Did all in a run. Did you do scramble ahead of time? You have to do it for each run of the game. I sort of hacked the way the game runs so that it's free and ran by the bot automatically. I think that's probably it if you throw an exclamation mark scramble in front of it. And so I added some ancho chili powder there on top of those because I wanted that, not necessarily because I'm so much expecting heat off of that, but it's going to be a very deep, heavy flavor that I think will nicely contrast in the background to the sweet potato and everything else going on. That's a tasty drink. I'd have that again. Certainly, like, I think of this as probably one of those drinks that I would enjoy, but I would probably rarely order because it just wouldn't be something I'm thinking about. Like if someone handed that to me on a nice summer day at beach house, whatever. All right, we're getting down there with our reduction. I'm going to add in the hot pepper now in with this. What do I want to use for a spoon on this? I didn't want to cook the hot pepper with it forever because the more you heat the pepper, the more you're going to kill what heat it does have. we got our Fresno red chili in there with our liquid. We're going to continue to reduce that a little bit more. Debating if I want to thicken that a little bit with cornstarch or not. I'm thinking that I don't, or I at least want to take out what I'm using for my sauce for the sweet potatoes before I do that. Let's set a timer on our sweet potatoes too here. I guess we can make the rest of the aioli for with that while we're waiting on everything else here. I'm mostly sort of killing time here waiting for our bread to proof and I would call what I'm making for with the sweet potatoes and aioli, but it's not, because I'm not really adding any garlic in here. I don't think garlic would actually, for once, play very well in this party. Basically doing the starts here of a mayo. which is essentially the same as in aioli. I'm just not pounding in garlic along with this. I'm not doing it in a mortar and pestle, all that jazz. I don't even own a mortar and pestle. I think I'm finally getting down to about the thickness I want, or reduction I want, as far as this juice is concerned. Not sure if I want to add some, I should try some of this by itself. We're going to do a proper tasting here, chat. Get out the Glencairn. Yeah, I'm thinking they could probably use a little bit of sugar in that. From just that. But do I want that sugar for everything in this? I think I only want the sugar for with the glaze for the burger. So I think it's time to separate this into two. And we've gotten this nicely thickened up lightly here with sunflower oil, which I've discovered does a much better job of emulsifying and thickening, especially thickening an emulsion, than olive oil seems to. Olive oil just seems to, I mean, it seems to emulsify, but it doesn't seem to thicken it at all. You gotta add and add and add and add and add. All the raids tonight. Dinner with Mom, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Monday to you. I am doing cocktail pairings this week. And so, SoCal Ozzy has given us the lovely theme of cocktail pairings. Thank you for the follows. And so we've got a lovely Cranberry gin fizz that I'm sipping on here. Looking like I'm probably going to have to make another one of those. This is going along nicely. And right now I'm also making, we've got a reduction of cranberry juice with some Fresno chili, which is sort of like the red equivalent of a jalapeno. It's got some heat to it. My face is currently burning because I touched my face after cutting it. And I reduced that down here on the stove here. And I just split that into two. I'm going to be adding some of this in with my homemade mayo mixture here. And some of this is going to be used as a glaze for my turkey burgers. But thank you so much for that raid dinner with Mom. What are we making tonight? I know it's not usual I'm raiding, not usual that I'm streaming on Mondays. Everyone's raiding me tonight. This is amazing. Quite wonderful. Welcome in, everyone. I'm now sort of considering, well, is that enough to do enough clay? I think that's probably enough. We're going to add a little cornstarch to that, though. Stuffed pita sandwich is teeny. Nice. Nice. It has been a minute since I had some tahini. I think the last time, sadly, I bought tahini, it sat on my shelf because Streaming World, the recipes didn't come around for it, and I ended up getting rid of it. Because it had been on my shelf for like 2 years or something. And this is from someone that grew up surrounded by foods of the Middle East. I mean, I grew up in the U.S., but for the U.S., we had plenty of influence in my area. Oh, dad joke. It's just a... Ugh. Debating what else I want to add to this besides this mixture. I think I want to add some sugar to this mixture here. So adding a little sugar in the raw. Since I had that available here, easy and lazy with my coffee set up. And turn the heat back on that and melt that sugar in there. And then I've got a little starch. We'll make a little oobleck or starch slurry and thicken what juice we got going there, already bubbling up. Maybe not enough liquid here. We'll see. It doesn't seem to be mixing up entirely. Nope, a little bit more liquid. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate all the follows and all the resubs today. All the amazing raids. Alright, we'll mix this in hopefully quick enough that it doesn't. I'm only mixing a little bit in there because we don't got a ton of juice left. Okay, heat off on that. We'll let that hang out. Got a bunch of starch in my finger, I'll rinse that off. How is our potatoes looking? I am planning on... I have sweet potatoes roasting in the oven, by the way. But the sweet potatoes, I'm planning on sort of par cooking right now. And then finishing after I do the rolls or the buns for my burgers. I think I want to add a little bit of mustard to this. But the fancy stuff, not the cheap stuff. Hello. Welcome in, Whiskey Monster. And so this is some previously made, this is in a water glass, but this is simple syrup. This is sugar in the raw simple syrup. And I don't want to, maybe we'll use a spoon to get this out, because otherwise I'm going to be spilling it all over the place with this water glass. I just want a little bit of more sweetness in with this cranberry. So just a little bit of simple syrup in there. Huh, why didn't that fire? Shouldn't be the capital. Alright, that thinned it out enough that I want to add a bit more oil into this now. But not sunflower oil, or not, yes, add sunflower oil, not olive oil. What kind of gin? I did a combination of Tanqueray, and because I told Chad I'm trying to use it up and get rid of it because I don't exactly love it, but don't find it offensive, there's a bunch of aviation in there too. But primarily Tanqueray dry gin. Tanqueray, Martinelli's or Sonoma County based, local based, sparkling cider, non-alcoholic cider, though you can feel free to use alcoholic ciders as well. Not a huge fan. I don't think the flavors would, I think this is a better choice flavor-wise. Alcohol-wise, obviously, if you want more booze. And then cranberry. And just over ice. No egg white, none of that fancy old school cocktail stuff. I don't know that I've had Hendrick's. I've certainly seen Hendrick's. Which is surprising to me because I've had a gazillion gin and tonics in my time that I haven't had one. But that's not... Yeah, I like the bite, but then again, maybe what I'm after when I'm typically drinking gin, I want some, well, that's what I look for in a lot of my alcoholic drinks now that I think about it. Like, I like myself some Zinfandel that's gonna, you know you're drinking something. Or, yeah. Typically, I want my drinks to have some character. Almost finished up this bottle of sunflower oil here. I almost drank my simple syrup. You know, as it waters down, it's a nice drink too. Like it's not like I'm saying that because a lot of drinks you water them down, they taste watered down, they're horrible. This one, the ice is starting to melt on this considerably. It's starting to get watered down. It's still got great flavor. That how complex cranberry flavor is, it seems to be surviving the thinning out. And that's the last of my oil, or at least the last of my sunflower oil, and I ain't gonna start dropping olive oil into this. Then again, I did just get a bunch of cheap olive oil. Yeah, let's use that as an excuse. Finish this bottle off too. Nice. Go-to whiskeys. Yeah, chat, do I open my other bottle of Blanton's tomorrow? Is that what I should be doing tomorrow? Yeah, that's not happening, Ozzy. Blanton's Whiskey Cosmic? Crawfish boil day. I was sort of thinking that I should, I mean, it's been a minute since I've had a sipping bottle of whiskey in here. I was sort of thinking that I should probably go get another bottle for tomorrow. But, I mean, I could just open the Blanton's, too. I wouldn't want to play around with Blanton's as much as I would with a cheaper bottle, though. Like, Blanton's, I'm not going to make some cocktails that I haven't, you know, I'm not going to play around with sours and other stuff. I'm just going to want to drink it. Alright, enough stirring there. I'm going to add in the unthickened cranberry liquid with the Fresno chili. Well, oh, okay, yeah. For a second there, I was like, weren't we talking about gin? Oh yeah, we're talking about whiskey. Never mind. That's a little thinner. I'd want to thicken that up a little bit more, but I think that'll be fine for my dipping sauce tonight. If I was a restaurant, I'd be like, yeah, that needs to be thicker, but it's still emulsified nicely. And there's no point in me at home throwing a bunch more oil into this that I've already got at least as much as I want, if not more than what I want there. Thank you for the follow. So reuse this to reuse it, I guess. I was expecting that to be more pink. Maybe it's the bowl. It's probably the bowl. If I put that in a white bowl, it'd be looking rather pink. Let's see. Nah, it's actually looking sort of almost flesh or orange colored. I was expecting that to be more pink. I mean, between cranberry and red pepper, the only real colors there otherwise are air bubbles and oil, or air bubbles and yolk.
ZX gifted a tier 2 sub to Dinner with Mom. They have given 8 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you so much for the gifties. Thank you, Zeeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And a tier 2 sub too. Thank you. Thank you. Giving Dinner with Mom that Swedish chef emote.
ZX gifted a tier 1 sub to Whiskey Monster. They have given 9 gift subs in the channel.
I don't know what game mode is, but I just activated it on my earbud. I didn't think my earbud was touch. Like, these are I bought these earbuds for $30. They're apparently capacitive. Apparently, there's a button on them. How they can afford that for $30 earbuds, I don't know. But thank you so much for the gifties. Thank you for the regift there, Dinner with Mom. I read that. Thank you for both of those subs, Zeke. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's deal with our dough, our poofy dough that I just bumped the mic with. Gotta hide the mic label. I find the giant labels on these things atrocious, but I haven't taken what I want to do is take these silly. I don't want to take off. It's going to destroy everyone's earbuds. Me trying to take it off, but I want to take the road on these things and just file it off with my zester. If it wasn't going to leave foam in my zester. Reese's? What kind of Reese's? We talking peanut butter cups? We talking pieces? Oh, you like those? I thought they were decent and a nice product. I didn't know if they were worth the cash. They're pricey. Yeah, they have those little nitro things in there that Guinness developed. Give their foamy beer more of a foamy appearance. I forget what they call them. They had like a trendy name for them and everything when they first came out with them. Who's got belt tire near them? Who nitronizes their tires? Yeah, the cold brew coffee has been a big thing too. Nitrogen cold brew coffee. People essentially putting beer taps in their coffee houses now. Yeah, if it's free, yeah. Which it should basically be, but they gotta pay for the machine to put it in there. The idea being that nitrogen heavier than air, less likely to leak out your tires. I don't think it really does, though. I think it's more, you got this much pressure in your tires, it's gonna leak out anyways. Oh, I'm sure they do, Zeke. Especially when it's, you know, like the only thing they have to pay off with that. They're already paying for the labor. I mean, oh, okay, I can see that too, Zeke. Our buns back over here on the stove. Allow them to rise one last time here. Great with the track, probably great. I remember, you don't see it here in California. I don't have belt tire here in California, but I saw it a lot when I lived in the Midwest. I think I saw it when I lived in New York too. So it's probably more, you know, they have a little bit more swing of their temperature than we do here. That's exactly what it is, probably, Ozzy. That is interesting, Zeke. It's probably a great selling point for when it comes to commercial use, but for the price, Yeah, those are all horrible, Zeeks. Like, I can't stand dealerships. I can't stand dealerships. We should get rid of the dealership model. I mean, like, now we're sort of stuck with this sort of setup here. Like, I know Tesla's trying to get rid of it. I know all the other car companies would love to get rid of it, but they're never going to tell you so. I mean, the reason we have car dealerships is because everyone was worried that people were going to sell, like, I mean, we do this for other things, you know, we have other things that cause casualties that we ban the manufacturers of, don't we? Yeah. The whole idea behind dealerships was that car companies were afraid they were going to get their butt sued off by everyone dying in car accidents. So we get to deal with dealers now. And yeah, their only way that they can exist is by marking up stuff that's already been marked up to sell to someone else, to make someone else a profit. It's a horrible business. They just need to get rid of it. But like I said, it's already established. So, like, do you go to all these companies and say, yeah, you can't exist anymore? Like, the auto dealerships aren't going to do that. Whatever I did to my thing, I can't hear half of the stuff in my ear anymore. Like, I can't hear music anymore. I guess we'll do that. So that means, wow, is that loud in my ear now? That means that our sweet potatoes are cooked through now. We can pull those out and let them hang out here for a bit while we work on everything else. Nice cook on those. I'm gonna flip them all over so when we go in and give them a second cook, they get browning on both sides. I expected a little bit more browning on these, and they're much lighter than I expected in many cases. A couple of them are nicely browned. Like the first one I turned over was like, made me worried that they were burnt. Most of these are just looking nicely cooked through. The ones on the end's got a bit color to them. Yeah, the ones on the end got a bit too much color to them. The ones in the center didn't. See, you got some nice heavy color on the start here, but like the ones in the center, they're looking more like candy to me. And back to color on the other end. Give a little bit of a stretch out on the buns. They're starting to proof up a little bit, but they're going up rather than out. So what else should we do for tonight? I think I've got pretty much everything covered here now. I'm mostly waiting on things, unfortunately. Okay, Gin Fizz number 2. Gin Fizz number 2. I'm thinking I'm going to go for the same this time. What does chat think? Should I add some lime into the party? Should I add some... I mean, I gave you that option, you immediately said yes, but I think the apple is actually doing enough in the acidity department. Like, I think this is a pretty good mix as it is, which is why I'm sort of I feel I'm wanting some acid in with the everything else, but yeah, I'm using, well, we've got your classical Monopoly owned cranberry juice of name I won't mention. We have, I live in Sonoma County, California, and so we have local organic apple cider, sparkling cider, and we're pairing that with our gin, which is a non-alcoholic cider, but you, as I was saying before, feel free to use the alcoholic stuff too. So I think I'm going to go with the same combo as I did last time here. Start off with our aviation. Cranberry, or your favorite dry. This might be the end of this bottle. Well, that frees up some room. But I think we need to compensate for them not being a full amount of gin in there. Well, now I might have to get some new dry gin because this aviation stuff, ugh. I'm not going to put a glass on top of it like the other night. I'm just going to give it a good shake. And then top with our apple cider. And cheers once again tonight, chat. I think I like the first one better. I think I added too much cranberry this time. I was trying to put the cranberry back in the, because I have this out, but Looks like there's more in there. Is it just trapped by the silly pour thingy? Yeah, there's a couple more drops in there. Yeah, dry gin for this. Dry gin. We're gonna need to make a egg wash for our buns. Once they're ready. Is my audio sounding off to everyone tonight? Or is it just, I think it's just my earbuds, because I changed something weird. I just want to make sure that my voice isn't like overdriven sounding. There, that should be bad. Thank you, Zeke. But at the same time, that wasn't solving the issue that I was worried about. Because whatever setting I have with my earbuds now, my voice sounds completely overdriven compared to everything else. And I know that isn't my normal setting. And I know that isn't normally how my VODs sound. But it's how it sounds to me right now. Right, so we got an egg, a little bit of half and half. Add a bit of salt in with this. Let that hang out for when we're ready to put the buns in. Let's get our turkey burgers ready. Ready for searing. Checking if Ozzy's in the chat. So this is 15% fat. We were talking about what fat percentage we have in turkey. And I was actually looking at that when I was in the store today too. Because about half of them don't even list a fat percentage. Most of them just want to sell you ground turkey, which way I think it probably should be, but at the same time I think they're lying to me if they don't tell me. What else are we adding in with this turkey? Well, we're obviously adding a little breadcrumb. Some seasoning, some flavor. Start off with a little onion and garlic. What else do we want to add in here? A little touch of cayenne, maybe? And cheat and use a little bit of my egg wash in here. It's really relatively hard to do, but I'm trying to keep the grind somewhat loose from its original grind here, while incorporating all of that. Should add a little pepper in there too. One last hand wash here before we actually make our patties. And I'm going to go relatively thin on these turkey patties, but mostly because they're turkey. I mean, we want to make sure we're cooked through. It's not like it's ground beef where I care a bit less. Poultry is, you need to cook it through. Birds, I mean, they live their life close to the ground. They sit there and pick at things. They're disgusting. Not that cows aren't necessarily disgusting. If you're a chicken farmer and you know what hot snacks are, you know what I'm talking about. And so I'm going to shoot for maybe quarter pounders tonight instead of third pounders, and keeping them nice and smash burger thin here. Help if I have a plate set up for these to go to. Wash my hands, number 4. Well, let's do a couple of things here. We got a number of new people in chat, and I haven't done this month, so maybe we'll do this. This is going to take me a second though here, chat. There. That should help. I'm out of pans. For those who don't know, I just throw all that money you lovely people throw at me, I just throw it right back into the... I'm trying to grow. We're trying to add more. We want more people to hang out. We want more people saying hi. I added everything but salt that I want basically with these burgers, and I'm going to add the salt essentially on the surface of it. I don't want to mix in any salt in my actual burger patties because the salt is going to want to pull moisture out of our meat and turn it into a mess, lose all that flavor that's trapped in there. We want to keep all that flavor. So we're going to wait to salt it until it goes right on the stove, just before it goes in the pan. Mushroom Swiss burger. Now see, that's one that I don't normally... Like, I don't mind that every once in a blue moon. Every once in a while I'll go to a... But that's not one that I'm thinking I'm probably ever going to make at home unless someone, like, makes me use Swiss or something on the stream. When it comes to me and burgers, what I crave, if I'm craving a burger, typically, it's like a black and blue burger, like, and not necessarily although I do like primarily most of my beef, like black and blue, like just give it to me practically raw, but sear the outside like it's crazy. But when it comes to that blue cheese caramelized onion burger, oh, especially you put it on a sweet roll, or you add some other, like caramelized onions are nice, but yeah, oh, great combo. That was a bad dad joke. That was a really bad dad joke. Bad dad joke. And now my suspenders have completely fallen off on both sides. So I'm just gonna leave that as it is. They're holding with the knot in the back, but yeah, Dad using the wrong, like, it's all swiping. Like that's a hot or not joke. Plenty of fish, wow. Was that an older one? Like, I've heard of it, but maybe I'm missing out. Do I need to be on Plenty of Fish too? I mean, I am sort of boomer. Are they the same thing as eHarmony? Are they owned by the same company? Or... Because I know, like, the other behemoth, Match, has, like, 20 different things. I know, Z. I'm sort of putting you on the spot, though, because you provided an example. That's the problem. You understand, chat? You provide an example, and I'm going to go with it, chat. So... I know how we solved this problem. There's a solution to this one. Oh no, we need another one than that. That's one my mom used to pull on me all the time. Yeah, that's doing better. Okay. I approve of that one, dad joke. That one's acceptable. I know dad joke is listening to me. I know the database watches chat and chooses jokes that are relevant to chat. It's got its AI built in already. But yeah, that is on the edge of being, what's his name? Ventriloquist dude. Made all of his money making fun of Taliban jokes. I think that's just about perfect for a glaze on a burger. What do you think, chat? I think that is looking quite glazed-like. I'm sure it's sweet and peppery. Let's go for another one. Mmm. Mmm. Oops. Sorry for the beep, chat. Maybe I need a new place for my phone. Let's see what's going on in the world. What am I getting scanner radio alerts for? Oh, it's gonna play that way, isn't it? No, we don't want you to play. Ooh, a fire. Two-alarm fire. Chicago. I bought this bottle today at the market and the lady looked me up and down. She was definitely looking for my age when she was buying this bottle, even though it's non-alcoholic. I mean, it was wrapped like a champagne bottle and all, so I can understand just looking at the bottle and not paying attention to what she's scanning. Oh, this is alcoholic. I should, you know. I sort of miss that. I've talked about that before. I sort of miss doing the small-time cashier job that I had when I was in like college. I just don't know that job really exists in modern day. I don't know, I've been lately, especially with all the AI stuff coming, I've been in this sort of like almost nostalgic mindset, realizing that, you know, it's true at any point in life that, you know, things are never going to be the same as they are now, as much as we want them to be as when we were kids. Just how much is going to change so quickly right now. And we are... things are going to be changing, folks. It wasn't a... I didn't watch it in whole, but I caught parts of the whole CBS interview with Pichai, the head of Google. And he was like... He was sitting there saying the same thing I was just... things are going to change. AI is going to change things. Get ready. At the same time, nothing ever changes. They just change the name. We there yet with our buns? I think these need another couple minutes. We can definitely make sure our oven is up temp and ready for these. Give me nothing but YouTube. That's not what I wanted, Google. I'll go with that one. There's never anything good to watch on Mondays. Are you saying I should start streaming on Mondays again? I was sort of debating if I should give up. Well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Do we really want to be doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Like, I think towards the beginning of the year, at some point recently, I was trying Mondays out, and it was just killing my energy for the week. And that's why I changed it back, but... Let's see, can I fit 2 of those in there at once? I'm hoping I can squeeze 2 of those in there at once. How you doing, Ozzy? How's your week been? I know it's just the start of the week here, but... Also, you're talking to me about resumes again. Did things not pan out with our last job? Are you not making tons of money now? What's going on? I thought you had a gig lined up and you were going to be gazillionaire. I feel so sorry. I was actually scanning job opportunities here in Sonoma County recently. I don't know when this was. It was at least a week ago, if not more than that. Just out of curiosity, out of, see what's around, see if someone wants to spend a bunch of money on a private chef. I don't know. And there is a job opening out in Bodega Bay, which Bodega Bay is like really the only fishing town in Sonoma, regardless of Sonoma being like a coastal county. But I feel so sorry because I know all of the cities out there and everything that's out there, including Bodega, is like the coastal cities are like so removed from everything else. It's like living in the middle of nowhere, Midwest, because just the roads to get out there are all windy, horrible for semis, and so you don't get good deliveries out there. But there's a chef job out there. I was like, that might be fun if it wasn't for the fact that I can't get any food out there. That's a bummer, Ozzy. But I'm glad you know your wealth and you're moving on from a bad situation. You don't need people causing you problems. I own a food truck, Zeeks. Well, I own a food trailer. The problem with owning a food truck or a food trailer isn't the actual running the food truck or the trailer. It's where you putting it at night. Where are you getting rid of all your waste? It just doesn't. In California, you also have to. California only allows mobile food facilities, which trucks, carts, whatever you have, they all have to be assigned in the county. Like on writing, you have this contract between a commissary and the county, and so you have a legal location where you are by law required to go at least once a 24-hour basis to clean out your rig and make sure you're emptying your tanks. If you think about it, mobile food trailer, a lot of the food trucks have fryers and stuff like that. Make sure you're not just dumping that oil down into the city sewers. They don't want to pay to handle that. They don't, citizens don't want to pay to process that. And so they're in turn require you to go to a place that has a proper food trap, which the idea that anyone would normally put a grease trap for an outside thing. Yeah, the caption machine has seen... I don't know what's up with it, but lately it's been flickering back and forth and jumping way much more than it used to. It makes it actually pretty hard to read to me. I used to really, really like these captions. And I still like that I can edit them and put them in like the font that I want, and I can put them with the black background. But I'm sort of tempted to go... Twitch... I added these when I was on Mixer, and Mixer obviously didn't have the option. But Twitch actually has some closed caption options. I think I'm going to go with these. I'm going to give these an egg wash, and we're going to go with these in the oven. They could proof a bit more. They're feeling a bit on the heavier side compared to the last time I did milk bread type buns. I don't think they proofed as well as last time. They turned out a bit drier tonight too. And you can't really remove the flour once you got it in there. But, and I just caught my earbud. Rushing days. Yeah, they seemed a bit drier tonight, and I think this should have been a little bit of a wetter dough. Alright, so we got our salted egg wash on top of these. And we're going to throw these into our 400-degree oven. We're going to give it about 10 minutes until we start into searing our turkey. Excuse my cough, I apologize. I guess I'll do a little cleanup here while we're waiting on the bread to get going. We should set our timer for that though. We get a little cleanup out of the way. We'll get into searing these burgers here soon. I just don't want to sear them too soon with bread in the oven and all that, and needing to wait for our sweet potato wedges to get a second bake in. So I found a piece of hardware I'm thinking of buying for the stream. It's not a major expense. I think it was 20, 30 bucks. So it's not, it's not cheap, but it's not, something I'm worried about too much. And it should be able to, and I hope it's going to be able to, be an HDMI switch. And the idea would be I would then be able to have up to 3 cameras via HDMI going into my capture card, which means we could keep going with Mr. Funky GoPro. We can maybe even introduce the old camcorder back into things. And in May, we could maybe have another camera in here. So, obviously, this requires hardware to actually work. But would love to be able to have, like a dish cleanup section. And so, yeah. Thank you for your fake donation. Alright, let's start searing our turkey burgers here. Actually, let's go with the large pan. It doesn't really properly heat under this flame, but Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's hope it's a good trip. Because I have no idea what you're referring to. It could be horrible. I apologize if it is. Alright, I'm going to season turkey burgers just before they go into the pan here. Need this oil to heat up just a little bit more so it coats the pan though. Starting off with the thinner ones, figuring pan's gonna maybe heat through a bit more, be a bit stronger for the next one. Again, going thin with my turkey burgers because they're turkey, we want them to cook through. Go to the gym and work out. That's what you do if you're up that early. Well, and you have a gym membership, which I don't, but I wish I did. I wish there was gyms around me to have a membership to. Like, there ain't nothing for gyms around here unless you're in Petaluma. You wanted something to do. I mean, I would say go and get work done, but, you know, half the time you're not going to get paid for that, so why bother? Dancers with Feelings, are you asking me that question? Most certainly I went to culinary school. I went to actually 2 different culinary schools before. I went to a local community college and went through their essential full culinary program before realizing that I wasn't going to get really anywhere with that degree and time spent, and so I then went to the Culinary Institute of America in New York and got my bachelor's there in culinary management. Quite a few did drop out along the way. They actually don't drop out towards the end though. It's usually actually pretty quick. And so most of the people that I think of my classmates finished with me, but there was definitely some dropout, especially around externship and beforehand. The school has changed a lot since I was there, though. I mean, it's been well over a decade since I was there, which is sort of scary to think about. And I know that they've completely changed their schedule. When I was there, they were bringing new students in and graduating every 3 weeks, occasionally every 6 weeks, but typically every 3 weeks. Now they're doing like normal semesters. And they've got all sorts of new campuses since I was there. When I was there, it was just New York and California. Now they got Shanghai, they got San Antonio. I think there's another one. Oh, Singapore. When I was there, I think it was sort of like the end of the era of teachers doing all of those like hazing techniques that you think of more of military. The Culinary Institute was originally based out of people from World War II going into the food industry. And so you have a lot of those stories of, you know, chefs breaking knives and knives owned by students, and, you know, dragging credit cards against faces or cotton balls against faces to make sure that people properly shave every day. All sorts of stuff like that. Used to be hazing stuff that went on and was sort of like ending when I was there. And I'm sure it's even more and more PC now. Like, I loved the video, the movie PCU. If anyone's familiar with that, it's essentially like Animal House, but the 80s version of Animal's House. Because it fits so much that was going on at that school. Like, you know, it was all going politically correct. But yeah, there were a couple of stories of things that happened with kids on extern, and a lot of it is kids don't return from extern. They either go out, and I think a lot of it is less that the school is so strict. Like, they love giving that image. Like, it gives a great image to the school that we're, you know, hard edge. We're going to, you know, train your kids right. But I think a lot of that drop-off actually turned out to be like students go out into the industry, they do their externship halfway through their associate's degree, and they either stay with the place because they love the place and they fit in there, and so they don't go back and finish stuff, or they realize that it's not for them when they actually had to work. I mean, there were stories about, you know, other reasons that students didn't return. Things like, you know, getting drug tested and in trouble for getting drug tested when they had to get a job, you know. It's things like that. Salting our second two patties here and getting them on the grill, or on the cast iron. These are the two fatties of the bunch. Well, that's a big thing that actually, like, when I was in college, the college was going through it, and how things sort of transition with college to industry. Now the industry is sort of going through it at the same time that we have this huge consolidation going on in the industry between both like delivery and ghost kitchens being a major consolidation for the industry, and COVID and all of the fine dining being knocked down and having to be rebuilt being a major consolidation for the industry. They're also going through this, like, where Noma's closing. And Noma's the best sort of example that I can give for this. The guy for Noma was sitting there saying that, I mean, the dude that basically made the most popular restaurant in the world, the most successful or most highly rated restaurant in the world, is sitting there saying, you know, this isn't sustainable. And this is how I made my money, and I can't keep doing this. I'm turning on another fan here. We got too much smoke brewing. And our buns may be done. Our buns are looking done. Our buns be done. Our buns be done. Turkey is smelling amazing right now. You can see it's obviously not cooked through. Gonna go ahead and throw our potatoes back into the oven to finish up. Let's see if these are cooked through. Okay. The one story that sticks in my mind of those that didn't return from extern was there were several kids that went out to Park City, Utah, and they were having a great time out there. And one of those kids, and I call them kids, but they're 25. One of them, while doing stuff and probably high as a kite, like they were doing all sorts of stuff, essentially filleted his finger, sliced down his finger, and rather than, he ended up losing his job, but rather than go and get drug tested, he put a butter knife on the stove and seared it. And still ended up losing the job. Still never returned back to college while I was there. We saw him around. He came back and picked up stuff from storage shed, but never saw him again. Basically. And I've heard variations on that sort of same theme. In a lot of cases, it's not they were drug tested for the job, though I have been drug tested for cooking jobs. It was they got injured, and because they got injured, they had to go to the hospital, and because of insurance, they had to be drug tested in order to be covered. Still not there with these two. They're still too floppy. Yeah, they're still not cooked through. Yeah, I'm cooking these two probably a bit too hot, but they're not done cooking at the same time. That pan is still hot too that I just brushed my wrist against. Yep, that sounds about in line with some of the stuff I've heard felines, yeah. And yeah, to this day, after watching what happened with some of those guys that went out there and got messed up with opiates and stuff like that, yeah, I don't trust that stuff around anyone anymore. Like, I've gotten after my folks have had stuff in their closet that they've been prescripted in the past, and like, no, get rid of that shit. I don't want that in your house. Yeah, I would say that these are not my best bun work. I think they're going to work great for tonight, but not my best work. It didn't proof for me nicely tonight. Yeast wasn't cooperating tonight. Nice color. How often do I find myself seasoning? I rarely, if ever, season my pans. They don't really need it often. Seasoning your pans is something you shouldn't have to do very often. I should make mayo, the mayo for that wasn't enough for you tonight, Zeeks? I should make 2 batches of mayo tonight? I mean, I've called it cheating before. I get where you're coming from. But the truth is tonight, chat, I was debating even just buying the buns. Bam! I don't even have a yellow side. Like, I just buy the green. Thank you so much for joining in, Zeeks. And thank you so much for those subs. Thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciate those gifties. But I would not use a green scrubby when it came to, say, a Teflon pan. I certainly wouldn't use a green scrubby on a Teflon. But the rest of it, sure. No, you're not going to break down scrubbing it. You're not going to have an issue. Like, I've had people, I use flaxseed oil when I cure my pans, and I've heard people complain that it flakes off. My mind is, this is supposed to be, like, when you talk about the cure on a pan, This is something that is on the like microscopic level. This is something like you need a microscope in order to see it happening, where essentially the pores, if you think of metal like skin, when it expands, those pores opening up and the oil getting into that and creating that non-stick mixture or surface. It's not a buildup. It's not. I mean, I even use soap sometimes in my pans, but I don't purposely use soap in my pans. I just don't worry about a little soap getting in them. The surface of it is like smooth and glossy when it is properly cured. It's almost identical to a Teflon pan. It just doesn't get in your food when you scrape it. I take that back, it always gets in your food, but in my case, yeah, Zeeks. That was, yeah. In my case, I typically just, like, the vast majority of things, I just go for brush. And the brush doesn't really take off a whole lot of dirt. It'll handle surface grime and stuff like that, but it's not going to get anything that's stuck to it off. When it comes to the pans, I generally just grab these, and half of the time these have soap on them, half of the time they're just waterlogged. And so, it's more the abrasive. Like, when I first got my pans and I first started doing them, I used to use balled up bits of aluminum foil. I just don't care anymore. It just doesn't bother it. It's just the first stage, Zeeks. Uh-oh. That we can't have. Need those tips going through. Did I say steaks? No, Zeeks. Now you got me wondering if I actually did say steaks. Clip it, chat. Clip it. Turn that oven off, because those sweet fries, sweet potatoes, be cooked through now nicely. Uh-oh. Dad joke has taken over chat. Maybe we'll do a little of this on there too. A little of this on the burgers too. Maybe a little of this on the bottom burger bun. Oops. Didn't mean to have it on the plate. Ooh. That was sweeter than I expected it to be. flame off on that. Over here on the board, we'll add our cranberry glaze over the top of our burgers. That was sort of the thought or original theme to this, is the whole cranberry going through everything, which is certainly Thanksgiving time, cranberry and turkey. Let's throw all of them on there, why not? It's not like I'm getting skinnier. And then we got our dipping sauce for this. I feel like tonight's looking like more of a mess than it normally does. It's not more of a mess than it normally is, it just feels like it is. Okay, so I think that does our cocktail drink for tonight and dinner combo. So there we go, chat. There we go. Let's see here. Ooh, vote for chocolate. Chocolate's just killing bacon. Chat. Oh. Let's see here. I think I am going to raid one of the... I think I'm going to raid another GTRP streamer tonight. Let's see here. I'm going to send all you lovely folks off to, yeah, another GTA RP streamer. I'm going to send you off to another police officer who is great with equipped, great with a response. Very hilarious dude. I hope you enjoy hanging out with him. He's doing a little detective work right now. But otherwise, I will be back here tomorrow night. We're going to be continuing cocktail night tomorrow night with more bourbon tacos. We're going to do Taco Tuesday tomorrow. Wednesday, we have our ingredient challenge is always going on. And so we either going to have Ritz crackers or salsa for me to have to use in dinner and dessert. You can make your own choices. Be known in the Discord. We got one last day until we wrap that up. Otherwise, I hope you all have a lovely evening. Hope to see you all back again soon. And I hope you enjoy hanging out with Lieutenant Custard. Good night, everyone.